Hello, beautiful souls. It is me, Lilah, back with another monthly energy update. Although, as I've said for a number of times before, is that these energies are just weaving one month into the next, and is merely my commitment, my discipline to get a monthly video out that brings me here today, the 1st of June. So happy June to you. In South Africa, we are in the depths of winter as we head towards the winter solstice on the 21st of June. And I know all you lovely beings in the northern hemisphere are heading towards the middle of summer, so enjoy that. I wrote a number of things down to talk about in terms of this month's energy. But what I wanted to say before I step into anything is that if you can, please stay to the end of the video. I really have something very exciting to share. I have some news that I'd like to offer to you all and just receive your feedback and input. So if you have the time, please stay and wait until the end. If you're here for the first time, please know that my main purpose or my main role is a healer. So everything I share is channeled through me, through the conduit of my soul and source. So irrespective of whatever words I'm saying, the energy runs through me and is offered to you and can activate, can heal, can turn those ones and zeros into a frequency that is beneficial to you. So even if you close your eyes and listen to me, or listen to me at whatever time of the day, is that I am channeling and bringing in frequencies for your highest good and healing. So I did post something on Instagram this morning because we have a full moon coming up on Sunday. But for me, the main theme of the current energetic wave we are moving through is expect the unexpected. Now, this, of course, is going to be that theme as we move away from the old and we step into the new. And this process is different for each person. Let me just state it right there. And, of course, dependent on where you are in the world and whatever your circumstances are. But we are dissolving, the old is collapsing as each person steps into their power in a very different way. So even if you're examining old thoughts or old beliefs or old patterns of behavior, you are still part of that collective awakening that is moving from the old into the new, bringing greater empowerment, bringing greater self-liberation and sovereignty. And so this expect the unexpected is the first theme. And really what that means is we are stepping into, again, the great unknowing, where things move and change quite rapidly. Time is also shifting in terms of the experience. So you can have 1 week that speeds by, and then the next week that feels like it's been 3 weeks. So we really are working our way into the multidimensional nature, not only of ourselves, but also of the universe. So the expect unexpected really requires of you to stay open, stay flexible, stay fluid, examine what it feels to loosen the controls a bit and really open up to whatever is showing itself in the moment. Because we're going to need to be a bit more adaptable, we're going to need to be more flexible, and of course through all of this we're asked to retain a beautiful, wide, open heart. This great unknowing, as I've shared a number of times, in these next few months, June through to February 20, where are we next year, 24, is actually the unknowing is particularly related to yourself. In the video, and I'll share it here, I think it was 2021, where I spoke about the energies of 2021, I mentioned the word reframe yourself. Now, these are the opportunities that are available as we step into this unexpected and the unknowing. And so if we can really honor ourselves and step out of the little me, that self that has been created by the stories or the expectations of others, then we can begin to understand and to become aware ourselves in a very different way. And this is all related to shining that light from within, right? Honoring self, beginning to understand self, and increasing the self-awareness. So this unknowing or unraveling is asking you to step out of old patterns. So if you're in a kind of victimhood or name, blame, shame or a codependent pattern, really examine whether it's serving you. Really ask yourself, is this who I truly am? And stay open and curious and really spend that time looking at yourself with new eyes. If you can and you trust your friend or family, ask them to reflect back. How do you see me? You might be surprised, or you also might be horrified. But really examine those labels, the boxes, that cloak of the ego that you have maybe become trapped in, and just open the heart and really allow those cloaks and that clay-like structure, or that kind of rigid structure, to fall away, because it's happening. With myself, it's happening on many layers. So in my dreams, I'm actually working on my physical body to remove things. And obviously they're visually shown to me as something, but they represent an old way of thinking, an old way of behaving. So the cleaning, the cleansing is happening, whether you are aware of it or not. And obviously, again, different people are at different levels. So your clearing may be on a very small scale, or it may indeed be on a very big scale. So just really allow yourself time to step into this, because you are not who you think you are. This is moving from the mental limitations, from the lower dimensions of the mind, and really feeling into that heartfelt presence, that light that is you. And in particular, really beginning to understand that there's a spiritual power that runs through you that is so strong, that can really guide and support you through these changes. So the theme then, flexibility, be like water, was also one of the themes that my guides offered me. And, for me personally, when I moved away from the mountainside towards the coast, and literally I'm like 3 minutes down from the sea, what I received was just step out of the cave and into expansion. Be like the ocean. And at times it's uncomfortable, right? Because the ocean can also be stormy and the waves crash, but at the same time it can also be calm. So really allow yourself to ride these waves of storm and calm, as we become more familiar with that feeling, and ultimately can hold the calm within, no matter what is happening around you. And that takes me to the next point about the June energies, and those coming up from, basically from June to Feb, although I will be back next month because that's my commitment, is that find your inner calm as the Tower card shows itself. Now, I'm not a tarot reader, please, but I do watch certain tarot readers. I've had a couple of readings myself just to offer myself clarity, because yes, I need it sometimes. The Tower card is where everything is collapsing around you. So this feeling of panic that might set in, or disorientation or confusion, hold yourself in calmness within that, right? Hold yourself in a space that really honors the changes that are taking place, and try and stay calm. Whatever brings calmness to you, practice those more often, more regularly. If you enjoy meditations, I have meditations available on Spotify. You just search the Multidimensional Mother, and Insight Timer. I'm not great at putting them out, so there aren't many, but whatever you need will likely to pop up. And just feel into that space. Use whatever tools are available to you. And really what I feel is another important point is, if you are on a path of spiritual awakening, and we know also that those terms concern me, but if you are on a path where you are beginning to feel, I am more than my mind body, I do have a soul. What is the soul trying to say to me? What does it feel like? That greater awareness, or the connection with a greater sense of self, can be termed an awakening or a deeper awareness. If you are on this, then know that that path is going to take you towards your highest potential. Yes, it might be difficult at times. Yes, it might be challenging. But this new and, well, let's just say the true light that entered in March, and for those of you that watch my channel, part of my community, you'll know I spoke about being in the middle of an electrical storm in the mountain and just really seeing this dome open above me. And I heard the words, the simulation is over. And I really felt the strong impulse of light. Now, for me, light is information. Light is wisdom. It just offers us a sense that things are changing, that there is an evolution taking place. And just symbolically, on some level, the gods have said what is happening on the planet is not okay. How can we help humanity return to the Garden of Eden template? And the Garden of Eden template is just really that blueprint that holds the highest potential for all beings, that holds the energies of unity and harmony and compassion. And so compassion for self is also one of the key words I wanted to offer you for June to Feb, because there is going to be a lot happening. So deepen those techniques, those times, those meditative, moments. Even driving in your car, being mindful and present is a meditative moment. And really offer yourself that time to become familiar with what's going on internally, right? Sorry, I can't read my writing, but I'm having a look. Yes. So in that awareness and awakening, you are going to feel into those things that no longer serve you, whether it's a habit, whether it's a diet, whether it's a person, whether it's a job. Don't immediately push them away. Hold that space and deepen your understanding of why it no longer serves you, because you are going to need courage to face those things. And let me remind you again, you are going to need compassion for self. Compassion means, how can I look at this in a neutral way that deepens my understanding? Compassion is not self-harm, self-hatred, judgment, criticism. No. So if those things are going around in your head, it's not going quickly enough, I'm not developing, I'm not evolving, change the narrative, right? This is, like I said earlier, about reframing yourself, changing your stories you have about yourself. Because this whole aspect of, the trauma-induced behavior, yes, it happens, but we are being given so much healing light, healing power, healing potential, that literally with the flick of a finger, we can drop that. So we can say, this is not who I am. It might have happened to me, but this is not who I am. And engaging with that light that is you to really help you expand and move into that highest aspect. Because let's face it, the world needs more shining beings, needs more light, right? So yes, self-compassion, please. And if I had to summarize this path June to February, it really requires an openness. It really requires additional time for self-reflection, self-retreat time, contemplation. And of course, if you are feeling the wobblies as you're moving through this, then please seek help. You can seek help from myself. I do one-on-one consultations. The link is below. Seek help from those you trust. But really examine those voices in your field that aren't yours. Because the majority of the time, they are not. And even those thoughts that do chatter around your head are generally built on what someone might have said to you when you were younger, when you were at school. And often, they're not ill-intentional words. They just received when you might have been vulnerable, when you might have felt, does anyone care for me? I feel lonely. And they really hit a chord, which is why, of course, I always say words are so important. Words are your breath. Your breath is your life force. It runs through your voice box and a frequency and an emotion you hold. So words are spells. They are really important to hold a high vibration, to be careful what you share, be careful what you say, be mindful of what you say, right? So those voices, not only that you share, you receive into your field, that you hear in your head, are the ones I'd really like you to examine. And then, just to finish, because I'm also trying to record this in a short period of time because we have load shedding. Those of you in South Africa know what that is, but overseas we have periods of time where we have no electricity. And as much as the sun is shining outside at the moment, I know when the lights go off I'm going to be a bit darker. So I'm trying to get this recorded in time. These were the words that came through to really summarize, right? So holding the energy of this is that it's time to shine. You are so much more than you believe yourself to be. More, more than you ever thought possible. Miracles are available. So move out of the way and allow the forces of divine will and your soul's wisdom to move through you. And again, if you didn't watch last month, there's a link up there about the embodiment of the soul, which is happening very powerfully for a number of people. And instead of labeling what is going on in a mental way, and please, this is no disrespect to those of you that have anxiety and depression, but there is too much pharmaceutical intervention. There is too much talk therapy that just keeps you stuck in the stories. Trust your own innate ability to heal. Trust the power that you have available to you, this divine flow, this life force that is your soul's wisdom, to come in and really wash over you and to cleanse and clear you. So on that note, see, I can't get my words out today. I'm sorry, I apologize, but hopefully the vibration frequency is still available. But on that note of it's time to shine, I am really feeling called to do a roadshow. What do I mean by that? Obviously, for now in Cape Town, in my local area, I will, hit those spots first. But I'm really feeling ready to talk to an audience, to engage, to offer my healing and seership to a broader community face to face. Because let's face it, many of us are fed up with those online courses and the Zoom calls. It's time to get out. It's time for me to build community. So I'm looking for beautiful, exciting venues. If you're in Cape Town, let me know if you know of one that has a nice sound system. I really want to engage with people. I'd love to have you up on the stage where I can offer, live readings, live healings, because this is the magic. We need to start building that sense of belief in the spiritual power and forces that run through us. And I'm here to do that. I am a seer, and I'm not making any excuses about that any longer. I'm finding my voice. I'm finding my roar, right? So I need people to help me do this. So if you want to be part of the community, even if you want to do admin for me or have a venue that I can use or know of something, please let me know. In addition to that, I'm going to be doing fundraising for this healing center that I want to build. I can see it in my vision. I hold it in my heart, but I need people again and resources to help me move into that, to train healers, to train up energetic health facilitators and practitioners so that there can be the most beautiful center, safe center that is drug-free, pharmaceutical, whatever's free, label free, where people can come, they can relax, they can be nurtured, they can be taken care of, and they can be empowered to find that healing from within. So there's a request. Drop me an email. My email is below if you want to be part of this broader and very exciting initiative. If you want me to talk at your venue, travel overseas, any of those overseas people, if you want me to come and speak to you and see me in the live, then please drop me a message. We can make this happen. On that note, also, I have my first overseas retreat happening in Belgium with a wonderful lady and client of mine who herself is a doula and a healer. That link is below if you were interested to see me in person. I would so love to connect to all of the beautiful people that watch these YouTube videos, because that's what I want to do. I want to come and give you a hug in person. I want to look you in your eyes. I want to tell you how magical and how beautiful you are. So any help, any advice, any comments, please just drop that below, because I'm here to be of service to you, and let's not waste any time. It's time to shine. Sending you love from my heart to yours, from my home to yours, and I wish you a most blessed month of June. Take care. Bye.